Back in February, I made a pivotal decision. I picked up the phone, called my older brother, and proposed a business venture we'd share equally. We took a leap of faith, pooling all our savings, and dived headfirst into the world of teas. Initially, we toyed with the idea of selling traditional teas, but soon our concept evolved. We thought, why not create teas for specific moods and needs? Like a tea for better sleep, one for alertness, another for when you're feeling under the weather, and so on. This idea blossomed, and eventually we carved a unique path for our brand, moving away from just traditional teas to crafting interesting blends with unique flavors. After all, the tea market is already saturated with traditional offerings. That's how our brand, Tea and the Gang, was born. We specialize in premium teas, each with its own distinct personality. We teamed up with a friend who's an expert tea blender to create our unique flavors. Currently, we boast a lineup of 15 different tea flavors, including our special matcha tea. We're also on the hunt for the finest tea accessories, although it's a bit of a challenge due to minimum order quantities and costs. Our focus now is to get our teas onto the shelves of as many cafes as possible. They really stand out there. Supermarkets aren't in our plan. We're all about cafes and interior stores with character. Of course, individuals can also buy from our web store, which we promote through social media. Right now, we have nearly 2,000 followers on Instagram and around 240 on Facebook. Lessons learned, both good and bad. When it comes to our website, Shopify has been a lifesaver. It lets us devote more time to other aspects of our business. We couldn't afford a custom website design, so we're working with Shopify's theme design. It's great, but a bit rigid in terms of customization. One downside is that we can't offer multi-currency checkout. Payments are in Norwegian kroner. Speaking of currency, we underestimated its impact. We import our tea from outside Norway and pay in British pounds. With the Norwegian kroner being low, our margins and investment have been affected. Then there's the customer aspect. Just because you have an attractive website and a brand you're proud of doesn't mean you'll automatically attract traffic. We learned this the hard way with our initial Instagram posts. We're still figuring out how to effectively drive customers to our website. Celebrating milestones is crucial. I remember when we first received our tea delivery. Holding those boxes, I felt a surge of pride but didn't really celebrate it. I was too caught up in my day job. Later, when our first cafe started stocking our tea, I realized the importance of taking a moment to celebrate these achievements. And sales? Well, you've got to embrace being a salesperson in this line of work. I'm not naturally outgoing or a born salesperson, and I find the door-to-door approach challenging. But my belief in our brand and products makes it easier. Plus, knowing the potential profits our teas can bring to cafes gives me confidence. Why every matcha tea business needs a great website. In the competitive matcha tea market, a great website is a necessity. It's the digital welcome mat for your business, where potential customers first encounter your matcha brand. A good website not only conveys information, but also entices visitors to explore and buy your products. Essentials for a top-notch matcha tea business website. 1. Great looks. Use clear, attractive photos of your matcha products, perhaps even a virtual tea tasting experience. 2. Easy to use. Ensure your site is straightforward and user-friendly. 3. Fresh content. Update regularly with new product images, customer testimonials, and engaging blog posts. 4. Mobile-friendly. Ensure compatibility with mobile devices for on-the-go customers. 5. SEO smart. Optimize for search engines to enhance online visibility. Remember, a good website requires reliable web hosting. The right hosting service enhances site speed, reliability, and uptime, which are crucial in the matcha tea business where first impressions count. In my quest for the best tools for my matcha tea business, I discovered Hosto.com, a real gem. Hosto.com stands out with its real-world approach. You can see actual matcha tea websites hosted by the services you're considering. The platform offers insights like real uptime, page load speed, and user costs. The community of users shares their experiences freely, discussing everything from performance grades to site speeds essential for a responsive matcha tea website. All this valuable information is available for free, making Hosto.com an excellent resource for any matcha tea business owner. Why buy bulk or matcha wholesale tea? According to the U.S. Tea Association, consumption of tea in America reached 3.8 billion gallons. That's over 84 billion servings of tea in 2018. Part of tea's success is due to its adaptability. Tea is perfect served hot during colder months and can be the perfect summer refresher when served iced. The ready-to-drink tea market has seen massive growth in the beverage industry. As tea's global popularity continues to rise, even in countries not traditionally known for consuming tea, many industries are looking to tea manufacturers for their knowledge and expertise when it comes to anything related to the cultivation and business of tea. Find the right kind matcha. For many newcomers, it's a surprise to find out that there are many matcha grades. There is a wide variety of products and uses for matcha, and understanding the end use of each product is important when it comes to selecting the proper grade of matcha. An experienced matcha tea powder manufacturer will help the business they are partnering with determine the right matcha profile for each individual product they are looking to produce. The decision is based on the color, texture, smell, flavor, consistency, and purpose of the matcha. What works for a boutique cafe may not necessarily work for a large-scale cafe chain that offers matcha beverages. Similarly, private label matcha that is perfect for the shelf of your favorite grocery chain may not necessarily be ideal to use as an ingredient for a supplement. This is where the expertise of your matcha supplier is key, and it's this expertise that lets bulk matcha suppliers stand apart from matcha wholesale. Know about proper matcha storage. Making sure their matcha is being handled with the utmost care and expertise is just as important for the supplier as it is for the buyer. The importance of keeping matcha fresh cannot be stressed enough, and it is often something that is overlooked. The flavor of green tea can be affected by humidity, light, heat, and other environmental factors which need to be considered when packaging and shipping, especially if your bulk matcha powder is coming from very far, like Japan. Experienced matcha manufacturers offer advice and support when it comes to finding the right packaging, storage, and delivery methods for tea. The wholesaler works closely with buyers and purchasing managers, considering their location, delivery time, refrigeration, and logistics to determine how much matcha they'll need and when. While focusing on these smaller details may seem strenuous, it is an important factor when working with bulk matcha powder, because knowing these specific details will maximize the freshness of the tea. Know the difference between matcha wholesale and bulk matcha. Bulk and wholesale matcha are used interchangeably online, and with the rise of bulk food suppliers, it is easy to get confused when searching the web for bulk matcha powder or matcha wholesale. So what's the difference between matcha wholesale and bulk? Many online grocers and outlets that offer individually packaged matcha pouches or tins as bulk orders are actually resellers who purchase their tea from a large-scale tea manufacturer. A matcha manufacturer produces its own tea using green tea leaves they gather from local farmers and sell warehouse-sized pallets of tea to other businesses. These pallet-sized quantities that are sold to other businesses are considered bulk. Resellers purchase their bulk matcha powder from these manufacturers and resell in smaller quantities under their own brand name. Picture the 12 or 16-ounce bags of matcha sold online that can be purchased in sets of 3. These are considered wholesale matcha. Wholesale businesses are important because they fill the demand for smaller quantities needed by resellers, boutique tea shops, cafes, and individual customers. Bulk matcha powder producers fill the demand for large commercial companies like food and beverage manufacturers, ingredient buyers and distributors, or grocery store chains operating on a national or global scale. Large-scale bulk Japanese matcha manufacturers own and operate their own tea manufacturing facilities and distribute their tea in very large quantities. Manufacturers usually have a minimum order quantity that starts with a few hundred kilos or pounds. Imagine several large pallets of tea holding 50 to 60 boxes in a refrigerated warehouse. This is what a tea supplier considers to be bulk. To find the right bulk matcha powder supplier, it is important to have a clear estimate on how much tea you're looking to purchase, and if those quantities fall under the matcha, wholesale, or bulk category. Know how much you'll need and when. Knowing how much matcha you need is an excellent first step. Alternatively, having a set price for how much a business is willing to spend on matcha is a good starting point. Buying directly from a bulk matcha powder manufacturer as opposed to a matcha wholesale reseller can save a company a lot of money, depending on the quantity needed. The right tea supplier can provide clarity on the matcha grades that will best fit a set budget and provide accurate pricing based on quantity and timeline, while also providing specifics and transparency behind their manufacturing and farming practices. Premium Japanese matcha manufacturers who have been a part of the industry for a long time have a team of experts ready to answer any questions for first-timers looking to buy matcha wholesale to seasoned industry professionals looking for a new and exciting bulk matcha powder manufacturer to keep up with the growing demand for matcha products. Find the right matcha supplier. Choosing the right bulk matcha for business can make all the difference in starting or continuing a brand that relies on matcha green tea by itself or as an ingredient. Bulk matcha powder suppliers have a long history of growing their own green tea leaves. They take great pride in their process and want to make sure that the matcha they provide to their clients is at its peak flavor. After all, the matcha they deliver is a reflection of their years of hard work and expertise. Like any business, a bulk matcha company looks for a solid and trusting long-term partnership when it comes to collaborating with any business. Unlike a matcha wholesaler who simply sells the final, finished product, a bulk matcha supplier is the go-to source for valuable information on buying matcha in bulk. An experienced matcha supplier has a team of experts ready to answer any questions relating to operations and logistics, order forecasting, lab testing, quality control, and proper matcha storage.